Right, hello, welcome to Game Over's E3 podcast the first. I don't know why I call it that, it just sounded cool.
No, I like that.
I'm Dan, I'm also joined by...
The other Dan.
And the one and only Aaron.
the first person doing, we're going to do a wrap-up of E3's. Nope, I don't mean that, do I? I mean EA's press conference. I'm not going to lie, for me, it's all multiplayer stuff. This is probably the boringest one for me. The most,
It had a lot of sheen, it was very flashy, but essentially they didn't give us anything we didn't expect, you know.
Yeah.
They had the couple of original things with the Way Out, with the world's most excited developer ever, who couldn't put two words together, but was literally just gaming Borat. And they had that weird sci-fi thing called Anthem, which
Yes.
I think they thought it was better than it was.
Okay, let's do this game by game, shall we?
Okay.
Gentlemen and the lady in the corner.
It's
so-
alright, I've only got to sleep in here tonight.
It's okay, man. She'll tuck you in.
Should do more than that if she knows what's good for her.
Oh, fucking Kiwi.
Wow.
Probably cut that.
Fucking a Kiwi? What?
Okay, you should. Nah, you should see what I edited out of the anime podcast.
Oh, God.
There was some fucking dark shit in there. Anyway. Literally, yeah, it was like me just going on for like 2 minutes about bestiality. But anyway, so our first game of the conference was Madden 18, the long shot, which is basically the journey from FIFA 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do know friends who, for some reason, are English and like American sport, and apparently that whole element was actually part of Madden before FIFA.
Oh, okay.
Like, FIFA just kind of
Nabbed
perfected the formula, if you get me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've kind of transposed it back onto its original self, and then done it with the NBA thing as well.
Yeah. We did see Madden running on a Scorpio, right? With the excellent knee.
Yes, yeah, they did. They did show off the Project Scorpio stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
They did.
random.
It looked insane, even though we don't have a 4K TV and that wasn't a 4K screen.
It was
Stream.
It was a fucking detailed knee though.
That
It was.
literally, I want to fucking snuggle at me. But yeah, like hype level for Madden 18, a 6 at best.
Really?
No, to be honest with you, like -3. But like we
I could
gotta.
not care less
Yeah.
about American football, I'm afraid.
But no, but it's the fact that
But it looked pretty.
Madden is a series. It sells well. Like we know it sells
Oh
well.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like 1 in every 2 American homes buys that shit, and it's gonna sell madly, and it looks good. It's got a souped up storyline now, so that's
Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't care about the sport, you can appreciate the craft of the game and the potential it
Yeah.
shows in
I l-
other sport
Yeah.
games.
one thing I like about EA in general and their sports game is it actually looks like time went into it. Even if it's just the last game with a bit of a tweak. Yeah, you literally just did the same game again from scratch, like with the new graphics engine because we're on PS4 now and the Pro's out and the Scorpio's out. So like you probably had to make a new engine or some shit like that or soup up the.
Sometimes you can basically see the duct tape on a FIFA game.
Oh yeah, man, but like copy and paste was made for a reason, right? Like literally, like it wasn't just there for coursework. It's like copy paste done. Literally, I loved finding websites that literally just had somebody else's coursework that had just graduated,
And then you
just went,
change every fifth word. And then
yeah,
actually
and
do it.
just done. So after that, we had the new Battlefield
Mm-hmm.
with
Well, the new DLC for it anyway.
for Battlefield 1, yeah.
yeah, but it's
In the name of the Zard.
I actually feel like these 8 new maps altogether. So we have a 6-map expansion with the Women's Battalion of Death in it.
Mm-hmm.
Actual name, cool. And then we've got the 2 new maps coming out that are in the name of the Tsar, which are not the snow maps.
Well, the nighttime maps.
It was all snowy, wasn't it?
No, we
I think I did actually nip out to get my dinner. at
Oh,
that point.
yeah.
You did.
the-
you did actually get it. One of
I
us
showed
was
off to your
preoccupied
nighttime
with a
maps, didn't
stick. But yeah, you had the 2 nighttime maps, and then we had
Yeah.
the 6 expansions. They did say coming in September.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they were referring to that was coming in September. I think it's the expansions coming in September, and the 2 new maps will be like next month or something.
The issue of Battlefield 1 is that it's essentially kind of already dead. You've just got the really hardcore players left. This came out last November, and they want to keep releasing DLC till this September. No one's playing anymore.
No, I'm gonna push against that.
Ow.
Oh, my tit. It's the woman in the corner. She's awkward. It's I feel like the community's actually still there. Like streaming.
Oh yeah, the hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
That's not
But that's a weird thing that like the hardcore crowd is probably like 25,000 strong. Like
I wouldn't even be able to hazard a guess.
that's a random number I picked from the sky, but
Okay, so
let's
you
face
made
it.
that number up, didn't you?
Yeah, I totally did. Like, no, I'm on Twitch right
Oh,
now.
I didn't know,
25,000.
Diane Abbott was in this podcast.
Oh,
amazing.
Ah, yeah.
We went political.
There's always time for a political meme. I was born to lead, not to make good decisions that benefit the common man.
Lie.
Oh, she's having a stroke. She's in a corner, it's fine. She can't bite her tongue. That's why we got this excellent lip balm. But yeah, I'm actually hyped meter for Battlefield DLC.
But you don't even have Battlefield.
I don't. Shh. This is beside the point. I'm making a point. I don't actually have to have bases.
It is good. It's an excellent game, but the point is,
Will
rather
you get the expansion?
if I had monies, I would.
Okay,
But
so
as such,
that's good.
I wouldn't be. I won't be making room for it in my limited budget. If
Okay.
you get me.
You'd rather spend it on something else.
On just a new game.
A new
Yeah,
game?
it's more of a luxury than an imperative. I'd
Okay.
say.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because with the let's go slightly off topic, but EA, it's in the game.
Motherfucker.
Bitch. I feel like the FPS market at the moment is stupidly packed.
Very
Like
saturated.
literally saturated. And I personally love old school Battlefield, but at the moment, I'd rather pick up Overwatch or Titanfall. Like Titanfall's such an overlooked game, and I just love exoskeletons. And World War II's coming out. COD.
Well, this is the thing, there's always that kind of the looming shadow of the behemoth of the rejuvenated COD on
Yeah.
the horizon.
And you're
It's
just
kind of
like-
an elephant in the room now.
Yeah. So much hope, so much dreams and ambitions are going to
like,
be crushed when that game comes out.
The Second World War is just like a better, more evocative story than the First World War for people of our generation.
Yeah.
'Cause it's slightly
I-
more recognisable, less old worldy, and you can be like, you know, with COD games they will always reference films you recognise as well.
Yeah, like if I was ever going to make a World War One game, there'd actually be a depression meter. Like literally,
Treat him around, and if he gets to the bottom, your soldier just tops himself.
Yeah, like literally, all quiet on the Western Front. You just look over the hedge and just get shot.
Like, you've run out of bully beef. Depression meter.
Yeah, like Eternal Darkness. If it was set in World War One, how cool would that be? Anyway, actually looking forward to it. The DLC actually looks substantial. Like six maps and then 2 is actually a good thing. Being able to play as a female soldier, kick ass. Anyway, next on the list we have FIFA 18, which once again kind of in the same bag as Madden. Like what was the storyline of FIFA 17? With
The
our-
Journey.
Yeah, so
The journey.
it's based on a player who rose up the ranks from Man United very suddenly last year called Marcus Rashford, and it essentially shows you how he suddenly becomes famous and he's starting the grassroots. Like you take a penalty in the park and your granddad's going like, "Come on, Alex," and you can sign for whichever Premier League club you want, yada yada. But essentially, it was short. It was only one season, so I don't really know how that's called a fucking journey. So they're going to expand upon it in the next one, or 18 as it were. It looks a lot like the plot of Goal, if anyone's sad enough to have seen that like I have, where he's
Oh.
probably going to Real Madrid. 'Cause that's just what happens in football, if you're good enough.
That's cool.
And like most FIFAs, you know, every year they go, "Oh, last year it was shit. This year is the one you want," and it's the same flaws every single year. Every time they try and fix something from the previous game, they just make new problems.
Brick something.
It gets
Yeah.
more complicated, more commercialised, and less fun every year, in my opinion. But we have got Ronaldo instead of Messi, so that's a positive.
So yeah, we got more cap from Ronaldo, which is actually really cool. Like,
is.
let's just go. That's actually cool.
Good attention to detail.
Yeah, the trailer and gameplay. It was gameplay. They just had floating camera
Just
edit
that.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't actually tell us about
The
gameplay
actual
features.
gameplay mechanics in it and
You know,
stuff.
they-
Yeah.
Like I said to you guys earlier, they usually will say, "Oh, we've got a new flippity flop dribbling system, bloody blah."
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, but nothing this year.
Mm.
We'll get that
Do
soon.
you remember the year they had? I don't know what the system was called, but they had like deteriorating pitch, so you could run around on the grass and deteriorate as you went.
It just makes it an
Yeah,
arse.
and
Why?
You cannot play hoofball.
Yeah,
on
like,
that
it's,
pitch.
it's real, you know. You
That's
get
it,
stressed
just-
in the mud and stuff.
As soon as you get to the box, slide. Just make that a divot. Make that the song. Like,
I was
I
just gonna
want,
say it does sound
I
like the
want,
Western Front.
I want people dragging themselves out of
I mean,
buggy.
As far as I'm concerned, playing FIFA online is about as much fun as the SOM. So
Yeah. But there's a big community for it, streamers, and they promoted like a pro circuit with like the best acronym in the world.
FUT.
FIFA Ultimate Team. Those of you
The
too
Fat Cliff.
clever
Yeah.
to spend money on virtual cards.
Why? Microtransaction. It's an EA press conference. We weren't going to get.
It's a bloody good idea,
Oh yeah,
but
no, that's
it's a money-making machine now.
that's going to sell so many copies.
It will.
Like, it's a weird thing.
FIFA and Ultimate Team is just like a default buy, essentially.
We will now mention the Men in Blazers. The Men in Blazers section of this podcast has ended.
Bloody hell, what's the point of that?
Fuck that.
Just
I don't
tragically unfunny, failed comedians grasping for attention.
I genuinely don't know who they were.
I
I don't know
assume
if that's
they
because
were
I'm not a
that.
sport person.
They seem like the kind of people who'd be doing the tour at Alton Towers or something.
They're dead inside. Anyway, moving on to Need for Speed Payback, which
See, that I thought actually was really cool.
okay, like this is probably the most hyped game of this conference for me, which is weird because I'm not a Need for Speed guy, but I am a Burnout Paradise dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally over 100 hours in Burnout Paradise. When the expansion came out with the bikes and
Bikes.
everything,
Yep.
I rebought the game, didn't download it. I wanted that physical copy on my shelf. Ridden a bike for about 5 minutes. Sweet, jump back in my GT 500 Mustang and just ride it that shit like a good. But yeah, it's very similar to. Okay, I actually like Fast and Furious. I've seen every Fast and Furious. Tokyo Drift is actually a really good movie, and Han should die at least another 3 times. But it has
What he said, yeah.
it has a
Yeah.
van with the Hulk on it, and it looks fucking sick. And then nobody actually gets in that. It just goes along, and they get in like a Porsche or something.
Good pronunciation, I appreciate that.
Is it Porsche? But yeah, we see actual gameplay because we have this really really awkward bit where we've got a YouTuber who is nervous. He is literally bricking
Oh
himself.
god, that poor guy.
Oh,
With
yeah,
he's got like a weird
Can't
half-assed
remember his name.
pompadour.
some
He's got a weird pompadour
hipster
going on.
twat, yeah.
Yeah, but like, we appreciate the YouTuber community, thank you. But you shouldn't be there. No offense. Have a pre-recorded video and just hype it up.
Or just an actual presenter.
Yeah,
Or
but
that.
then the dev dude comes
Alright.
along and he's like,
I'll save us. It's fine.
I don't need to talk to you, Mr. YouTuber. I'm
They're
just going to
also-
say my line.
Obviously
They're also a
reading
bit
it off
like,
prompts.
yeah, it was kind of robotic.
Yeah, like
And they were, yeah.
I understand we're at E3. This is live. Let's do it live.
It's meant to be all about the community and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
EA was all like,
Let's
this
get
year's
some-
press conference was all
Yeah.
about like,
Like-
YouTubers are all over this conference in different games. And
One thing Microsoft kind of has down is chilled. And I
Right.
don't mean like
Yeah.
the lead dude presenting this chilled. That guy looked like he literally been to a parade of funerals. And he came out like holding 2 mics, and I'm like,
that was my favorite.
oh my
bit.
god,
Yeah.
like because nobody else realized it in the room, and I'm like, guys, he's got 2 mics, and we're just like,
yeah.
why?
You could tell he felt ridiculous.
But yeah, the Need for Speed segment of the press conference didn't actually go into like stupid detail, but they did mention relics, like rundown old school classic cars, and I was like, that's cool. Like,
It's
Yeah.
a nice idea.
like if we can get like some mad hot rod, like old school
Can you
supercars,
get like Hitler's VW Beetle?
like, you know what? Like, if we actually go back to like Burnout and what was Burnout here? No, fuck it.
Burnout was,
Wait.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Criterion.
Yeah, you got some really sick, stupid cars in that. It was lovely. Souped up like Italian Job minis in it, like, and they actually went like it. That's the thing. Like, Burnout doesn't exist anymore, but the studio did release a game this week that was based on Burnout's Crash mode, and I don't know what that's called, and I hate that.
What's it called? Crash.
That would be sick.
The David
No,
Cronenberg.
just called Aftermath of a Crash in like really small italics.
Do eat the sockos and stuff, and you have to scrape
Oh,
the remains off the road.
Jesus.
Ooh. Ah, no, we're getting segued. Fuck the segues. But yeah, the relics, like, if we're bombing around the world map and you go into, like, I don't know, a gas station, and there's just a wreck on the side, and you can, like, pick that up like a collectible in any other game, and jump back to your,
Just soup it up.
garage, pay money,
I
soup
think
it
that
up.
was a cool way doing collectibles. And they kind of,
Oh,
I guess
cool.
they're landmarks in the world as well, right? Like,
Yeah. And we didn't actually see a mini-map, did we?
no, I was expecting them to like show you the map and say it's this big, but like,
Yeah.
'cause usually they do. You've got, you know,
So that
270
might
square miles of
suggest
Yeah.
land to go.
by the
Like,
map.
Most Wanted, that map was, like, in a major city, whereas this
Yeah.
looks more on
It's
the
like
outskirts.
out there, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
This
It was
is-
kind of like Death Valley, didn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually really excited about this, but
I thought it was pretty cool, but the one thing I don't get about it is how the story stuff works. Like, do you go to locations and
Oh, it'll be like
Set off a story event, and
yeah.
suddenly you've got this part of the road is now got a helicopter flying down shooting.
yeah. If like we're using Burnout as a fucking template for
It's
this
very,
game.
very bad. Yeah.
To activate a race in Burnout, you just stop at the traffic lights and spin your wheels. Or you just
Yes.
burn rubber for a bit and then it
on that
activates it.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Otherwise, you can just bomb around the whole map. I love Burnout Paradise. Fuck, that's a 10 out of 10 game. So every street in Burnout Paradise, whilst you're not in a mission, whilst you're not doing anything, has a best time that's linked to online. So you literally just bomb down the streets and try and get on the
That's
world
such a
map.
good
And it
idea.
would suddenly, it just needs like the clock ticking.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
just every corner you turn, its clock just starts ticking again. So you're constantly not doing something. I love that about that game. And if Need for Speed Payback like channels some of that, or I just want a little bit of Burnout Paradise in this game, and I'll clock up
There's
so many
a
hours
lot
on
of
this.
burnout in it, especially with the crash cam, the slow mo stuff. And
Yeah, you could self-destruct your car at any time and then start a chain reaction, and the amount of damage you did went on the leaderboard.
I remember.
Yeah, I love it. Burnout Revenge,
the kind of-
Takedown.
Sniper Elite style slow-mo thing.
Yeah, like
yeah,
it just
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
isn't there a new Sniper? Anyway, that's
God, that's
by
aged
the way.
lovely. Anyway, one
Sorry.
last thing to say about Need for Speed Payback. We start our main story as, let's just call him male protagonist number 47. We taken down the semi-truck. We got police. We got the house. Terrible name for a gang, but they own casinos. So that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
but still not the
They
house.
always win.
Yeah, just call them blackjacks or something.
That
Like
is-
chips.
That is already cooler than that.
Like, literally, the chips. Nah, call them
The
blackjacks.
chips.
The platinums. The platinum chip from New Vegas. It's total segues. But yeah, by the end, the last 10 seconds of the trailer, we're on the back of the semi. Our discount Michelle Rodriguez comes out. She's on the boot of our thing. She jumps on top of the trailer, and the trailer is about to capsize. And she decks out the back window in a lovely car. And we switch to her. We switch main characters in like an interactive cutscene. The QT.
Yeah.
Like the bits in Uncharted where you're just like you kick somebody's face into the sidewalk. I love those bits. Like you're still in control, but it goes into a kind of gameplay cinematic thing, and we just deck it out the back of the car, and I love that. And like it's like GTA Heist. It literally is like GTA Heist, where you can just switch main character, and I love that. Like if we're in like an armored powered Humvee like The Rock in Fast and Furious, and then we switch to Vin Diesel and we're back into a Mustang, like the cars need to be fine tuned, and I mean like Forza style. I want to jump into a different car and immediately feel the change. I don't want to be like Skyrim swords. I've got a giant battle axe and then I've got like a toothpick and it's doing the exact same feel. I'm cutting through. I don't want to be butter slicing. I want to be like revving some fucking tanks. I want that in
I
this.
wonder if that's an actual gameplay feature, though, or if it was just for the end of that part. Of the
Revving
mission, like-
fucking tanks as a gameplay feature.
No.
Sorry,
The switching characters. So when he comes out, obviously you have to switch characters at that point because the car suddenly booms at the back, jumps over the top of your car.
I don't see why it wouldn't be, or couldn't be at least.
So like, I kind of like the idea of like pulling off heists and stuff like that, or whatever the game's about. But like as you go, you kind of build your crew up. So if you had like 4 or 5 crew people, and you could jump back and forth
I'm-
between cars, so you were
could
kind of
accrue
like.
your crew.
I think as a storyline feature for storyline missions, it's compulsory
Yeah.
because the thing is like allowing the player to manipulate where the camera is and what's happening in the game can lead to lots of technical fuck-ups. Like GTA did it amazingly well.
So I was thinking, what if it did like a GTA? So you could. So if you're doing a specific mission that had a bunch of your crew taking down another truck, say.
Yep.
So you had your car here, someone's car in front, and someone's car kind of over here somewhere to like take out something else. And you could like jump back and forth between those 3 people or something. I'm making this feature up. Like it's not been.
Yeah, like nothing
It's not been
confirmed.
announced or anything, but
The gameplay is all we know.
if you could do that properly,
Okay, yeah,
that'd be quite cool.
I understand what you're saying, Dan. But I feel like a mission would have like multiple stages. So we take down one truck, and then the camera would automatically jump to a different player, and like
And then continue the story from that.
yeah,
point.
and it's A B
Yeah.
C. It's
Yeah.
the point check. So
Yeah,
like
which
jumping like this
That
and
would be
this.
terrific. So
Yeah.
you have to say you have one guy whose job is to lure this vehicle you're after down a different
Yeah.
street. Then it goes, oh, I need
Yeah,
airport,
and then suddenly, oh.
you're in the truck.
Yeah,
and then,
that's
Yeah.
quick, lay the spikes on the road, whatever.
yeah. Like if we jump to the cops, that would be sick. Oh, that would be so sick. Fucking smother myself in butter at this moment. But the thing is, technical wise, gameplay, processing power wise, for Dan's feature to successfully work, the whole of the map of Need for Speed Payback would be needed to be rendered at all times. So when you switch, you're not jumping in to pop in to lag to everything. Everything needs to be
That's true.
moving, and games do that.
But that's the thing, though, when they're close together, you just sort of move. Like,
Yep.
the way GTA got around that was by doing the
that loading
satellite
screen.
thing. So that thing, hid that really well.
Yeah, those 10 seconds, a lot of things can load in within that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Anyway, this is turning into the Need for Speed paid by Hype Train.
I liked it, though. That...
Jump to a train conductor. Tap X to shovel fucking coal. Anyway, jumping from Need for Speed into a little indie dev game by extremely twitchy and nervous, but extremely excited gentleman. We should call him.
So excited.
We should call it the return of Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee is actually an E3 dude, and people will get that reference really badly. But yeah, A Way Out. So it's as it was presented, it is a co-op at all times.
Yes.
It's not like a Tale of Two Brothers where you control a different brother with a different analog stick.
Yeah.
So you literally control the brothers with analog sticks. Actually, let's just start by Tale of Two Brothers. Good game. Pick it up for £4 or less.
I have no idea what type of game it would be. I don't know if it would be a physical release copy or not.
No,
Could be.
no. I think it's digital only. I think
Yeah.
it's like you order from their website and it gets sent out. I don't think it's an Amazon and stuff like that. Yeah, it's one of those indie dev. I would actually love a physical copy of Hotline Miami, but that fucking £60.
Cool.
Stupid price. But anyway, A Way Out. So we plays two prison inmates.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants to pick this up? Because that
One of whom
storyline
has
was.
fantastic sideburns.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the
And
sideburns on that.
what
man,
they've
were-
essentially done is watch Shawshank and gone.
That's
Let's
pretty
do
good,
that.
isn't it? Yeah.
But a bit of grease in there. Maybe no musicals, but those
I
sideburns,
see.
man.
The haircut certainly
Yeah.
was reminiscent of a Grease.
I thought it looked cool. The thing I'll point out
I
when
am
you're watching
intrigued.
it, I liked the way it was presented. In fact, I liked the fact that
Ken and Lynch cut screens.
Yeah, so when you're sat there playing it couch co-op, your split screen kind of changes as you go. So if you're stood right next to each other and doing
joins.
one action, it's one thing.
Yeah.
If some dude's
Excellent.
doing something, his screen is kind of
Yeah,
shown in widescreen. The other dude takes up the other half of the screen fully.
we're slightly going for a noir feel. Maybe not noir, but
It's very cinematic, as well.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
so Heavy Rain Bits had that where
Mhm.
your screen would cut up to different characters. And Ken
Yeah.
Lynch, obviously, but this game, we can confirm at this point in time that A Way Out is going to be better than Ken Lynch 2.
And one, to be honest.
And one, I have a weird place for Ken Lynch. I want there to be. I would actually
Really
love there for it to be a Ken Lynch 3.
Didn't they make a film?
They did, yeah.
They did.
With
they did.
Jamie Foxx and someone. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Okay.
No. But yeah, anyway, we need to hype this up more.
Yeah. Sorry. It looked cool. The guy presenting it was really excited.
Yeah, he did trip and stumble at some points.
Over his
Like
own
trying
name.
to remember his own
In
name.
fact.
Yeah, but he was nervous as hell, man.
This is a company that
It is
new.
E3. At least 500,000 people were watching that. I
Yep.
tested the numbers.
I just kind of worry as to how well it will sell, because if it's marketed, as just a co-op only game, just a story only game, I can't see it being that universally. But I mean, you're inherently slashing your market in two anyway if you kind of just want it to be co-op, because
So the co-op only
you've
thing.
only got to have the one copy there.
So I think the co-op only thing's an odd choice to do
Do
because I'm
people-
fine with
It's ambitious and he's trying to be artistic and make something that's actually
Yeah.
good, but
what if you don't have a friend that has the game, or if you
Yeah,
don't have someone to come around and
you
play it
ain't
with you.
buying the game.
That's the thing. I think making it co-op only, I'd say give a button to switch back and forth between people. That's how I think. Tale of Two Brothers, you could play co-op, I think, right?
Hey, yeah,
But you could also play it on your own. There are ways around it. If you
Yeah,
don't have a friend to play it with.
Fucking yeah.
So if you're a Billy No Mates, avoid Way Out.
How long do we
Yeah.
think this game's going to be? I don't think
For at
it'll
least,
reach 10 hours.
10 hours.
I don't think it'll
I don't
reach
know if
10
it'll be
hours.
that long either. Yeah,
It better be.
because I don't know because the most of the game seems like you're escaping from the prison.
Yeah, to kill someone, right?
Yeah, so you're going after someone who set one of the two playable guys up.
Yeah,
Most of it.
Well, I think they have kind of alternate agendas and goals.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, how much effect are you going to have on it? Is it just going to be a story where you have to be playing, or can
I
you
don't
actually
think-
change what happened?
Is it going to be like 2 endings? I feel like there's only going to be 2 endings, man.
I bet you
I
have
think
to have a
there's one-
shootout at the end if one of them dies.
Ooh.
It's going to be something like that. And yeah, I don't feel like it's a black and white game. I don't think there's like good people and bad people. I just think it's like anti-heroes and like foggy villains, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm strangely hyped for this game, but I honestly think it won't sell. Like, Tale of Two Brothers was a good game. It was slightly hyped, did well. I don't think it's got enough of a cult following. Like when Bloodstain comes out, sweet, that's going to sell. Like when Sonic Mania comes out, that's going to sell. I feel like this needed to be on the stage at E3. I feel like this needed to be under the spotlight and under the microscope at the same time for this game to do well, because these guys hadn't used their Twitter account in 2 years. They announced that, like, we've got a new studio working on something.
Was it Haze something, isn't it?
Haze Light.
Haze Light. Yeah, I feel like
Chicken Tonight.
chicken tonight. Now, quickly doing some improv into the announcement of BioWare's new game called Anthem, which we got less than a minute cinematic trailer for, which featured a wall, not by Trump,
Yep.
some dinosaurs with armor, and a female voiceover by somebody that I should know. I feel like we'd heard a voice before in
Probably.
gaming.
I don't know. It was just very generic dialogue, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had like
Stuff was bad, but something's coming.
Yeah.
They can make it
But-
less bad.
okay, let's forget the trailer we saw, kind of, not really, and put it in context. This is BioWare, and BioWare is not the champions they used to be. They have had some patchy games of late, but they're still BioWare. They're still Knights of the Old Republic. They are still Dragon Age Origins. They are still Mass Effect 1 to 3, which are good games. I'll fight you. But sorry, we got dinosaurs. We got a wall. That wall's got claw marks on it. We got mech suits. We
Yeah,
got
there's all power armor.
power armor. That's fucking cool.
Is it just like a combination of all the best bits of all the games?
So that's
of
the
last
other
few
thing.
years?
It looks a little bit like if you put Mass Effect and Dragon Age in a blender, like you kind of get this. It's got
a
that
tiny dash of Horizon.
It's got
Yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of that sci-fi stuff in it, but it's also got like the armor and the monsters and the dragons, if you will.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That like the best bits of BioWare can never be a bad thing. Like that can never be a bad thing. But CG trailers we always take with a pinch of salt. Like you
Yeah.
can CG anything. Every Star Wars trailer CG
What do we
looks
think it's going to
amazing.
be? Like an RPG?
It
I
will
presume
be.
so.
I think I'm not going to use. I use the word casual like really lightly because if we're honest with ourselves, everything that isn't Knights of the Old Republic MMO and Dragon Age Origins that BioWare have done is the casual RPG. Because hardcore RPGs just don't need to exist in the general public because they don't sell. But a third person with RPG elements that is exploring a world, like I'd love that. I'd love it more if it went totally hardcore and we had stats within stats and had so many side missions that they just like we'll have 999 because that one extra just not good enough. Like I love my side missions, but the side missions are the best ones with context. Like The Witcher does it the best. Like you will stumble upon side quests. There will be nobody with a question mark above their head going, save me, Jeebus.
Yeah, just walk around a farm and go, alright, do you want to give us a hand? Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like just finding an abandoned well, jumping down the well, find out the well has a fucking wraith in it. You kill the wraith, has a bloody wedding ring on it. You go back up the well. There's a random dude there. He tells you about his wife. You get the wedding ring. End of side quest. Didn't even know it was a fucking side quest. I love The Witcher for that. Like that's so sick. But that's the thing. Like we literally just got like a minute CG trailer and we can fucking analyze it to the max. But the last thing it said was more at the E3
The Microsoft conference.
Microsoft conference. So that's tomorrow,
Yeah,
right?
so they're going to show off the gameplay and all that. So I presume we'll learn whether it's an RPG because it's BioWare.
It yeah
Kind of only do action RPGs at the minute.
yeah.
So yeah, it looked alright.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's generic. It's the
Yeah, we can spend ages going down a rabbit hole with no return. As much as I'd like to do that,
Oh,
do we reckon they'll have the Jurassic Park soundtrack?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, confirmed tomorrow. The trailer will be the Jurassic Park soundtrack. I owe you a pint if that's correct.
Okay, right. I don't know we're going into that, but yeah, okay.
Sweet of vodka in the after drink. Maybe not now.
No.
No. That's it. The next postcards will be done absolutely shit-faced. So yeah, like really weird segue. It was kind of in the middle of a dev game, and then it went straight into NBA Live 18, which is a weird segue, but we just did it. So NBA Live 18, hype level 0.
Again, yeah, sports games. So
We
I'm
are very
not
much
interested
the
in it,
wrong people to
but,
talk about that.
Yeah,
But what I do like is that you could pick the type of career you wanted to have in
Yeah,
their
'cause
journey type thing. You can go
we
on
were
the streets and be like a baller, or you could go and be like a proper major league player.
yeah
No.
work your. I assume you work your way up through like college and get picked by a scout.
I would
and-
assume that's the
Yeah,
thing.
we are
It doesn't
assuming away.
seem like you can pick your own bloke though.
No, it all
No.
seems to be that one. But that's the same
Celebs.
with the
It
journey,
is the
right?
same with the journey.
Like-
Yeah,
I mean, I like the EA because I don't play sports games, but I like the EA have sort of gone the storyline route on their sports games, or at least for
it's
a
a
portion
bloody
of it.
good idea to
Yeah.
include. Yeah.
hey, it
They
worked.
put actually quite a lot of work into a lot of what's going
Do you know
on as
that-
well, by the looks of it.
There's something I'd love them to copy from one of their old games. It was like Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2006 or one of the old ones, where they had a mode whereby you were Tiger Woods and you went back to all the old eras of golf to play against the best players at every era to see if you could beat them. And it had the old equipment and old
That's cool.
technology and the old clothes. It was
Shit,
fantastic.
did they have Fight Night? Yeah, have Fight
yes,
Night.
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, we need.
Oh, that was good. That had a
Bring
good campaign
mechanics.
mode. That
I
did
love
that
the
have a campaign
analog.
mode to it?
Yes, because you jump back to the gym and trained and punch
Yes.
bagged and level up stats.
But just imagine how cool that would be in this FIFA. You know, they've got their new sponsor. Oh, sorry, they're sponsoring Ronaldo for the cover.
Mhm.
Imagine if they had that mode where there's a constant debate going on who's the best player ever. If you could go back as Ronaldo and play against Pele and play against Maradona, stuff like that, that would be fantastic.
That'd be cool. I'd love that.
You're welcome, EA Sports.
Cash it in. It's in the money. uh, but yeah, like, there's not much else to say about NBA Live 18, except that it's following the mold. It actually looked like it did well. We saw some like weird Prince of Persia reverse mechanic.
Yeah,
I
I don't
didn't-
know
I-
how that would work.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's only
that's
in-
what was going on.
Yeah, I think that's only in editing though, like camera mode. We can bring it back.
Maybe
and
it
go
was
through
just a
again.
camera mode.
just
I couldn't
seems
tell whether that was a game feature.
very
You can't do that
complex.
online. Like, you
No,
fucking-
no, yeah. Well, then you could like stop and then pick your next move. But then again, that might have just been like
Training
Um,
mode.
training
like
or
that,
something. Yeah,
perhaps.
that might
Yeah.
not actually be part of the game. We might have
Mm.
just thought they might just be showing off how nice it looks.
Yeah, the minutiae
Yeah.
of the match
Yeah.
engine.
And it does look nice.
It does.
Like,
It does look
actually
really nice, yeah.
I don't think any game in this conference actually looked janky as fuck.
Also, like, EA games always look quite nice though. Like Battlefield's always look good.
Yep.
All their sports games always look really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Men in Blazers look shit. Um, yeah, like even Way Out looked like it was running well.
Mhm.
Like the Telltale's Life is Strange. I when I first saw it, I was like, it's one of those. When I mean one
I
of
thought
those,
it was. Yeah.
they do not run well. They
Yeah.
do not run well. I will never say that a Telltale game runs well.
Yeah.
It runs shit. From NBA into EA Access is free for a week.
Mhm.
On
This week.
everything,
Yeah.
basically.
Kind of token, but a good idea.
Yeah. Access plus Origin access and
Yeah, you got
all their subscription stuff.
Battlefield 1 on there, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some other stuff I don't care about, but Battlefield 1's free for a week, guys.
Yeah, fantastic.
Get this.
As this Battlefront.
Battlefront's free for a week, and that's really cool. Everybody should cash in on that. Like, free games are a good thing. Like, literally go through EA Access. I don't know what's on there.
Yeah.
It's got to be
I'm not an EA
Inquisition,
person, but,
maybe.
Dragon Age.
Sure.
Yeah, they could have that stuff on there.
We shall.
You're not going to play it, so
we
finish
sh-
that in a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
God,
god. Just try and take down a dragon. It's hilarious. But yeah, like we shall have an update on Facebook within 24 hours. So that'll be cool.
Mhm.
Hopefully this will be up in 24 hours, and if it isn't, I'll be asleep.
It should be up to us.
And tough shit.
Should be easy.
Oh, shit. It's actually July the 18th right now. It'd be weird if it was. If you're watching this on July the 18th, get out of the house.
The world ends tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's ominous.
So, on the topic of the week of free EA access, we've got Battlefront, or kind of the new version of the original Battlefront, and we're now getting Battlefront 2. A large portion of this press conference was dedicated to it.
Very large for this
And-
performance.
It looked excellent. They had the actress who plays the main kind of Imperial Special Forces character getting very excited and also being very scary and aggressive.
She was probably the best presenter from the
She
conference.
was the
because
best
she's a
presenter.
proper actress, I assume.
Yeah.
So it's got got the charisma to actually pull that off. But it just seems to me that they're going back to the very original Battlefronts with the whole class system and even the maps, all the game modes, but just remaking it as opposed to rebooting it like they tried to do last year.
Like I must admit the one map that we spent a good 30
The
minutes.
Assault on Theed.
Yeah, and I like the fact that I effectively had like 2 pushes. The push to the throne room, effectively, and then the inside of the palace.
Yeah, and then taking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like a mixture of Battlefield 1's Operations, which is definitely the best by miles, and Walker Assault from the previous Battlefront.
Yep.
So, you have to, as the droids, protect the massive tank as it goes through the streets of the capital, and then if you succeed, it blasts down the front door, then you have to storm the throne room.
And we saw a good segment of dogfights with
Thank
multiple
God.
ships.
Thank God.
And each ship looked like it had its own feel.
Yeah.
Everything was
absolutely.
moving at different speeds, different fire powers. And the one from the Phantom Menace, the gold one.
I don't know the names of that ship.
I think they just got like a Naboo fighter, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
The
that.
ones that look
I
like
like-
bananas.
I like the
Yeah.
fact that could hover. We saw just
Yeah, you can
hovering
stop
for a
them.
bit.
Yeah.
They did look
Yeah.
fantastic, and I don't think we've seen them properly on a mainstream game before. There was Star Wars Starfighter on the
God, that
computer
game is so
years
good.
ago. It was excellent. I fucking
Yeah.
loved it.
Really good.
I'm so glad you had that.
Yeah.
That makes me
Up
happy.
there with X-Wing.
But that was something that was desperately needed on the previous Battlefront. There was no dogfight or anything like that. You could have the token air support like a Battlefield game, but
Yeah.
But
you
you couldn't actually
need
hop into
those
one and-
big Star Destroyer versus frigate battles with all the X-wings and TIE fighters and all that malarkey coming out. And I remember on the very old ones it was the original Battlefront 2. This is getting bloody confusing, isn't it? With everything giving it exactly the same name. What the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
But, you had to. It was kind of like an old-fashioned pirate battle, but transposed into space. You could do the boarding party and get in the control room and blow the shit
Yeah.
out of everything to win the battle and take down the Star Destroyer. Excellent stuff. But the thing that concerns me about the storyline on this game, we know it's going to go through all eras of Star Wars. So which means a heroes being incorporated. So you've got Darth Maul, and obviously to Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, blah blah blah. Then to Rey and Kylo Ren, etc. Is it going to be a through line of a story where we kind of get revelations bubbling under the surface, or is it just going to be kind of a series of vignettes which just kind of pointlessly contrive the reasons for which you're seeing these heroes?
See, I don't know how the story will incorporate them, because technically the story is seen through the eyes of this lady who is like part of the Imperial Army, right?
She's Special Forces, yeah.
That's the one. So I presume you'll do missions, and every now and then you'll have to have like a flashback mission or something, and it will kind of then transpose
could
you
work.
to that person.
That could work.
See the story from their perspective from 20, 30 years beforehand.
That's
Then go back to her, she finds something out. That's
a
one
good
way of
shout.
jumping around, and it keeps the story in. It frames the story as that one story then, rather than having her story
Thing is,
and Luke's
She must
story.
be the catalyst for something that we know has already
yeah.
happened.
I was just
I
going to
think
say, like,
I don't know when it's
She
set.
can't exist for the sake
I
of
think
existing.
she might be actually evil. Because remember, in the first trailer we got, we saw her being there at the Battle of Endor when you see the second Death Star blow up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's kind of a transition, and she's part of the First Order.
Mhm.
So I think she might be like proper dodgy. So she might have been the one who helped to actually found the First Order.
Mhm.
And how good would it be if they linked it in to real bits of the new one, The Last Jedi? If they use this
actually
film
became canonical.
as an engine by which to expand upon the plot of that, or just give you some kind of plot detail. So we might see Supreme Leader Snoke, for example. How cool would that be?
That would
Yeah.
actually be cool.
If she was kind of on his protection detail, and then she whisked him away, and then the First Order's born. Something
would be-
like that.
The other
That'd be
thing
like
is, I don't
proper
know if
good.
it will be that. I don't know if it will be that comprehensive.
No, I doubt it.
I think it would just be, yeah, go here, do this.
It would just be.
Although it
this is
depends how
our
much
mission.
time they put into the single player, I guess. They might have fleshed it out more than I'm giving them credit for.
I do hope so.
But I think it would just be.
Don't think it'll be relevant to the canon universe.
No, but what I mean is, I think rather than having its own feel, it'll just be the multiplayer but offline, and you're against bots.
Yeah.
It's not like there's that divide between how Halo plays in story mode and how Halo plays online.
So
Yeah.
again,
So I don't think this will have that divide. I think
so
it'll
like
just
the
be-
older ones,
So
Yeah.
whereby they have the intro where it's like the 5.0 first had to do this, and then you just play a skirmish anyway.
Yeah,
It's just
and
the
they
same
just
thing.
they just tie a story around the beginning and end of each match. Is what I worry that the
It
story
had
mode will be
better
like,
be more complex.
rather than
that.
having like set piece moments and going to do different things that you cannot do
yeah,
in multiplayer.
I don't want like Spartan Ops syndrome.
Yeah.
Like Spartan Ops was cool, but no.
You know, they've hyped up this storyline plenty,
Massively, yeah.
so I'd imagine they've done something
I
worthwhile.
hope so. I hope they looked at okay, we'll make a proper story mode that's kind of like so a separate team should have done the story mode and a separate team should have done the multiplayer, so that you've got time to put in like fully focus on it.
Yeah,
That's
be a
how
good
I'd
shout.
like it to be, but I don't know if it
But
will.
like, essentially, we just want a separate Star Wars spin-off film that we can play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the dream.
That would be cool.
Whether
Well, I
that's
hope
going to be a
so, but
reality remains to be seen.
I was hoping they'd show off some of the story mode, but they didn't.
Well, see, this is
So I
what
can
makes me
see
think
how
that
it
they're
worked,
confident in
basically.
it, because it's so.
We still
fucking
got 4 days
hush-hush.
of E3, effectively.
Although, yeah, it might turn up at another conference as well. That's true. And the game's not out until Christmas time, I guess.
It's usually
It's
November,
this year, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
So they've got a little while yet, but I just wanted to see a bit more
Yeah.
story mode.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 years old now, isn't that Battlefront? So that came out December
Yeah.
Yeah.
15. Battlefield 1, I'm pretty sure came out. Sorry, November.
November.
And Battlefield 1 came out November 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So logic would have told this would come out in November as well, just in time for the release of The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is the Disney marketing machine in beautiful working order as always.
Yeah.
Oh, they've smashed it for like the last 10
They
years.
have, but fair play to them, they're basically like the Illuminati now.
Oh yeah, they're on top, man. They need to buy Google.
So another big criticism of that previous Battlefront was the lack of content
Yeah.
Mhm.
with release of the original game. It was an excellent game. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it looked fantastic. It's like, oh my god, it's Star Wars, it's so good.
Yeah.
But it became repetitive and vapid pretty damn quickly because you only had a few maps. Obviously, no story. There wasn't really that much else to it. And then they took the piss by constantly, basically, they constantly had their hand out to you, going, money, money, please. Like, it definitely was an unfinished game.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they've seen that everyone has seen through that ploy now, and they're gonna.
They stood 3 times as big, right?
Sorry,
3 times bigger.
I didn't actually catch that, but I
They
do.
did, yeah.
I do
So there's
hope
3
so.
times as much content in it.
Good.
From as in the base game, and then they said, okay, you got this pack
Also
coming out with these
additional
characters
free
and
DLC.
stuff. Yeah, and it was all free. Like, that was cool. And they in fact, I don't think they ever mentioned paid DLC once. Everything DLC they said, I don't think they said all future DLC is free, but they at least said
They
this one
stated
with
the first pack was, yeah.
this one with Finn and that was free, and then other ones would also be free. I went, okay,
Free and
that's
Captain General? General something?
cool. Captain Phasma.
Phasma.
Yeah, of course. And some kind of weird Yoda lightsaber.
Yeah,
card.
card thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that actually means.
It's a
Is that
it's a
a
perk.
power?
It's a
or
star
power,
card.
right?
So
Alright.
essentially, you got these star cards, which could be something like, I don't know, you regain health when you get a kill, or you get a
Alright,
special
so
grenade,
right,
or
okay.
something like
little
that.
buffs.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
precisely that.
That's actually cool.
We got the half an hour of gameplay, perhaps a smidge longer than it should have been.
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand why they did half an hour gameplay, because they wanted to show a full map that wasn't pre-recorded. It was actually running there. You saw the people that were playing it.
Yeah, and it
and
jumped
I,
from like person to person as well.
I understand the importance of that, because an edited video can be enhanced. You
Yeah.
can get in there, you can make it look 4K like a motherfucker, and you can show in-game footage that isn't actually in-game footage. You fucked about. You're lying, cunt. That type of thing. And I appreciate EA coming out and going, sort of, this is a full game. This is everybody fighting. What is happening now. And the only person messing about with it is the guy that's in charge of the camera, effectively. But when I think of E3, when I think of press conferences, I feel like we have 1 hour to shove as many games as we can in this. EA isn't the size of Sony, isn't the size of Microsoft, isn't even the size of Ubisoft. And I understand they've got less and less things to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to shot all their money into Star Wars. I totally agree with that. But I feel like maybe like 2 more indie games. It's not like they don't have indie companies underneath their belt. And I appreciate they like showing off stuff that's finished with actual gameplay, with full trailers, but there's nothing better than a teaser trailer. There's nothing better than the original Skyrim trailer, where it's just the wall talking and coming
That's
alive.
such a good trailer.
And I'm like, douche, sorry, done.
So excited.
But yeah, like the conference was not. I actually think it was bad, but it wasn't terrible. It was worth a watch.
It wasn't as revelatory.
No,
as it
there were
had
no
to be.
surprises really.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, there was one surprise, and that was the
BioWare.
BioWare one,
Yeah.
and I guess, and the Way Out, I guess. But like, that one's the biggest one.
But
because-
nothing mind blowing.
No.
We watched it. We were like, eh.
Okay.
Yeah, we knew Battlefront 2 was going to be there. We knew FIFA, Madden, and NBA.
Yeah.
were all
It
gonna be
succeeded
there.
in saying, "I'm happy with Star Wars." Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
game's
yeah.
that game's sick.
That game looked really nice.
like
My-
I am definitely going
Yeah.
to get it.
My worries are laid to rest, even if storyline is kind of still in the background somewhere. But we've got time. We've
I've got a
months
funny
and
feeling
months.
they're doing something special with it.
I hope so.
We want
I
it
really
to.
hope so.
But no, first day of V3. Good,
It was a good start.
good. It's got the 2 years previous were stupidly good,
Mm-hmm.
so this year is doomed to fail. But I'm still hyped. Like really, Microsoft is next.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft Scorpio, what are you gonna do?
Gonna
What is your
Scorpio,
what is your
definitely.
6 teraflops of godness going to do?
What a ridiculous
Like-
word.
Microsoft goes first. Sony goes second. Sony's going to change their. Sony's going to look at them and fiddle with their
It's
shit.
such a fascinating Cold War, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Bethesda's going to come out and go, everything's free. Also, Elder Scrolls 6. Also, we've secretly been working on Rage 2.
And there's also a space one. They will definitely do a space one.
We think it's Starfield.
Yes.
That
What's
was
Starfield?
exactly.
I don't know
that
how
was.
I know that.
It was on Twitter earlier
Was it?
today.
Okay.
Somebody leaked it, and I was like,
Ooh.
no, I refuse to believe in that leak. They're working on something new.
Just oh my god! If they're doing a game that involves shooting, please make the shooting mechanic better than Fallout.
Doom 2.
Because it is dreadful.
Doom, the journey of Doom guy. It's a
Ooh.
third-person role-playing sim like. No, that would be sick.
All we know is we're going to get it. But anyway, we're not talking about Bethesda tonight.
Yeah,
We
sorry,
can cream over that in the days to come. Do we have anything else you want to add?
Do better next year.
Yeah, EA. God.
Yeah, like
Everyone knows
Well, that's
FIFA, Madden, and
Not
NBA
EA's
are a
fault,
thing.
though, right? Because EA only really do those games. In fact, I was okay. The one thing I was surprised we didn't get Call of Duty World War 2 anything.
That's not EA.
Is it not?
That'd be why.
it isn't, but
Do they not make EA? Do they not make?
did they not
It
make
is.
it?
Oh no, it's
No,
Activision.
It's
and
Activision
Sony,
and.
yeah, I was getting my cards with my Battlefield mixed up. Considering I don't play either of them, it's just understandable.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
on that bombshell of Dan making himself look tremendously foolish,
Well, boob. Yeah.
What a
thank you
boob.
for listening
Yeah.
to our first E3 day podcast. I've been Dan. He's been probably Dan1.
Dan as well. Yeah.
And he's been Aaron. Thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
So.